Have you ever noticed how exhausting it is to live in survival mode? Think about it. If someone lets you down, does anger flare up inside you instantly? If a plan falls through, does that old familiar fear of abandonment creep in, whispering that you are simply not enough? For years, my internal world looked exactly like that. It was a place of constant high reactivity. My emotions weren't choices, they were a knee jerk reflex to a world I thought I couldn't control. I was constantly, completely exhausted from defending myself against threats that, if I'm being completely honest, existed only in my own mind. If you are nodding your head right now, I want you to take a deep breath. You are not broken. You are just overwhelmed. And today, I want to show you how to make the internal shift from surviving to actually living. You see, when our minds are chaotic and reactive, we often look around our homes and realize our physical space matches our internal space. Clutter outside breeds clutter inside. But here's the secret: the shift to healing, it doesn't happen overnight. And it doesn't happen in a massive, dramatic explosion. It begins in the quiet, tiny seconds between your daily practices. You know, when I first started my own healing movement, I had to learn the literal anatomy of my own frustrations. I had to slow down enough to look at my anger objectively. I started to notice that anger wasn't just a sudden shout or an attitude. It started as a tight physical knot right here in my chest, long before it ever reached my mouth. So journaling became a mirror for me. It allowed me to see that my deep sensitivity wasn't a weakness. It was actually a signal. It was a loud alarm telling me that I was completely ignoring my own personal boundaries. In prayer, I practiced surrendering. I had to consciously trade the exhausting urge to fix everything and everyone around me, and trade my restless anxiety for a patient, quiet trust. Slowly, a beautiful space began to open up, a space right between the stimulus, the thing that triggers you, and your response. I discovered the absolute power of the pause. Instead of immediately reacting to a trigger, snapping, or letting anxiety take the wheel, I learned to step back. I learned to just listen. And in that moment of silence, I started asking myself two life changing questions. First, why does this hurt? And second, what am I actually afraid of right now? Believe me, when you sit in that deliberate silence, something incredible happens. The fear of lack, the fear that you aren't enough or that you don't have enough control begins to completely dissolve. I realized a profound truth that changed everything for me. Being alone does not mean being empty. It means being completely full of your own presence. This is what a healing movement is all about. It isn't about magically changing the world around you or forcing the people in your life to behave perfectly. It is about changing how you move within it. I stopped letting my old deep-seated fears dictate how my day was going to go. And I started intentionally choosing my words, choosing my boundaries, and protecting my energy. That is the exact moment I stepped out of surviving mode and finally truly began to live with intention. And believe me, I know how hard it is to take that first step. When your mind and your home feel cluttered, I know it because I lived it. That is why I wrote a deep dive chapter about this exact breakthrough. It's chapter 8 of my upcoming book, The Healing Movement, and it is called The Internal Shift. I want to give it to you today, completely free, because I believe everyone deserves a sanctuary. So I want you to pause this video right now and go down to the description or the very first pinned comment below and click the link to download chapter 8 from my website. Please read through it tonight and let the words sit with you. And if this message spoke to your heart today, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment letting me know what your biggest trigger is, and join the movement. Thank you for being here with me in this space. Remember to choose your words and to protect your energy. Also, remember that I will see you in the next video.